Which international issues concern you the most?
The environmental issues, for sure, and the risk of stupidity still provoking a nuclear war. Those are the first two in that order.
What's going on in Palestine right now? I feel very strongly for the Israelis. I think they're on the right side, and it's just unfortunate what's going on.
The state of the world politics at the moment and the people that could be coming into power in many countries, particularly one of your neighbours, that's what concerns me the most.
I'm thinking of when people migrate to Toronto, they need to understand that their problems are left behind and just try to seek peace. Although their loved ones back there, they are suffering, they should voice their emotions in a better way than just violence. So that's what I think. But Toronto is a great city, and everybody should live together peacefully.
Our funding and contributions right now to war efforts are, honorable, but I feel like we're overcompensating for a lot of things. It's supposed to be about 2% for the GDP to the UN and everything, and I think we're still under that. But I feel like there's a lot of spending that can be, reevaluated and kind of put elsewhere.
China and Trump.
Tell me why.
China, because they're trying to get their foothold on everything in Southeast Asia, while America are more worried about what's happening with Trump and Biden and so on and so forth. I think if Trump gets in, that's the end of democracy as we know it.
From a political perspective, I'd say in Europe, it's the increasing rise of the right-wing parties is one that I have more of an issue with.
Why?
Just because it's quite divisive in its nature and the way they really want to work on nationalism. And when you're in a continent like Europe where everybody is about cooperation, it creates a bit of conflict and tension that way. So, yeah.
Same, the increase of the extreme right in Europe, and because it's increasing the tension between the people, and I'm scared that it's going to lead to some war at some point.
Well, obviously the ongoing wars right now, and to be honest, the U.S. presidential election concerns me a lot.
Probably the Russian war with Ukraine, just because if he takes over Ukraine, then he might want to keep going to Poland and things like that. Yeah.
I mean, certainly the wars in Israel and Ukraine are very concerning, and the election in the United States that's coming up.
The conflict between Israel and the Palestinians right now.
Why is that?
Because too many innocent people are dying. Jimmy Carter said a long time ago that we cannot learn to live in peace by killing each other's children. And 15,000 Palestinian children have died since the beginning of this conflict.
I definitely am concerned about democracy all over. You're seeing people that are trying to colonize other countries and stuff like that. So I think that the people having a voice for what happens in their country. There's lots of protests and stuff going on around the world. There's lots of war going on around the world, even in the United States and Canada, where people are being silenced. So a general sense of that.
We have a big climate change that is affecting many countries. For example, Canada, it's suffering from temperatures that they are affecting people, animals, plants. And I mean, it's also a fault of us.
I would say the global economy. Because in reality, this is what affects the people here. There's a lot of international issues that are going on, but I think the global economy and what concerns Canada and its people is what concerns me.
Right now, which international issue concerns me the most is just stability and finding actual world peace. Because right now, standard for world peace is seeming very hard to attain.
War. Ukraine. No, that's true. Ukraine is a big concern. I work with Ukrainian refugees here in Canada. who have left everything behind. Obviously, the war in the Middle East, the situation, it's so brutal, so unhealthy for both sides. Innocent people are dying every day. And I understand the long history of the region, but I think we have to stop the killing before we can look at fixing anything else.